Now let's leave the ticketing and let's go to the World Cup itself. The World Cup, of course, in the summer of 2026 and will run from June 11 to July 19. As it stands, only 2 African countries have qualified, but 18 teams out of the 42 teams are already known at next year's FIFA World Cup. Unfortunately, Nigeria might not be at the World Cup or will not be at the World Cup except a miracle of epic proportion, which is our most used words when we want to talk about miracle, will happen to the Super Eagles. But let's look at the serious countries who are going to the World Cup before we also look at if there is a chance for us through the playoffs. We're currently 9th or 8th in the playoff table, talking about the Super Eagles.
We're 10 or 11.
But we are nowhere near qualifying for the World Cup. Now, guys.
No. Let me just do something small here. No, so, which country qualify first?
I think
the host nations.
No. Aside from the host nation, I'm talking about aside from the host nation.
Argentina.
No. So you've. I'm not going to give you my prize. I promise you. Since you couldn't get this.
Come on back.
You've lost that prize. He has lost that prize. Japan. Qualified match this year. Japan was the first country to qualify.
You're not to say Japan, but I'm sure. I think it was Japan.
No, so you've lost your gift. You've lost your gift.
Retentive memory. But guys, let's look at the teams. Now, the host nation, United States, Canada, and Mexico are already through to the World Cup, of course, without kicking a ball, as expectedly
but
so.
That's too much if you ask.
No. So now for their headline, they'll call it the host nation.
No, we've not seen 3 countries hosting before.
Well, it's the first time.
Having a disclaimer. You know what? Okay, 3 countries are
So
going
we
to
should play against
So if you don't, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So let's assume they go to the play and don't qualify.
No,
let's assume.
Here is it.
Don't
right.
is it?
No, here is it right.
They'll play among themselves to find out only 2 can qualify.
No,
Simple.
so if the last one does not qualify,
It goes home.
then you come and host the World Cup in my home. You will not play that World Cup in peace. You will not play that World Cup in peace, guys. From Asia, of course, Asia continent. We've got Australia, Iran, Japan, Jordan, South Korea, and Uzbekistan. Already
6 out of 8
to the World Cup. Now, 6 of the 8 teams have qualified from Oceania. They just have 1 slot. This time around, there will be no playoffs for the Oceanian champions. So it means that automatically New Zealand are through to the World Cup. From South America, we've got Argentina, Brazil, Ecuador, Uruguay, Colombia, and of course Paraguay. There's no place for Chile at this World Cup.
The playoffs have gone to Bolivia.
Bolivia, they are the last on the table.
The playoff has gone to Bolivia.
So Venezuela supposed to be
6 teams.
Naturally, before the last game
was Venezuela.
Then they lost 6-3 against Argentina. Where Bolivia defeated
Brazil by
that was
a
all
long
changing voting. So Bolivia have that slot to go.
So 6 from Brazil, 6 from South America. Have automatically qualified. South America used to have 4 + 1 playoff in the past. But now they've got 6 and I think
one
playoff to do. So from Africa,
Bolivia is going for the playoff.
Only 2 teams have qualified. For
Tunisia
now,
and Egypt,
Morocco and Tunisia have qualified. Remember, Morocco are the only African side to get to the semi-final of the World Cup. And they've also been joined by the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. If you cannot support the Super Eagles, please do support the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Unfortunately, even the Eagles of Mali, where the Secretary is coming from, will not be at the World Cup. And of course, Europe has to be decided. 16 teams from Europe will qualify.
12 from the group.
Then
4 playoffs. But guys, what do you expect?
Now, for me,
they've always won the World Cup more than any other nation.
I know football domicile in Europe. I know
exactly.
Football is Europe personified, right? But come on, let's be sincere with ourselves.
Too much.
16 countries? That's like
automatically.
It used to be the number of countries that used to play the AFCON so many years ago.
And they have a slot in the playoff as well.
No, they don't. They don't play. They're only adding 4. They're the confederation. They're
only adding 4 to Europe.
I understand.
There were 12. There was 12.
Now,
even that 12 in 32 was too much.
There is a base for this
argument. Was too much.
Essentially, what is the base for this argument? Look at the total number of countries that in FIFA. Now, Europe has 55 countries. Africa has 54.
Yes.
Even though Eritrea decided to withdraw. So, just like the way in Europe, you don't have Russia because of the Ukraine war. So, Europe have 54. Africa have 53. Just one country separating the 2 of them. And you're talking about football, right? Europe is football personified, but you can't take Africa from football completely. Maybe at the World Cup, we've not been able to make statement. Maybe at the World Cup, we've not been able to make statement. Though I agree then. If you're telling me that because we've not been able to make statement in the World Cup, how come Asia has 8? Just 1 different from Africa. How comes? What have they done? We've done far better than Asia, I think.
No, South Korea.
Okay, because they hosted it. Okay, yeah, we hosted it in Africa and we couldn't do anything. I'm thinking about South. I mean,
but we got to semi-final with Morocco.
Morocco, yes. So
it took Africa how many tournaments to get to semi-final?
And it doesn't matter. It
But
took
we've been to so many quarterfinals.
no. So
It's a handful. Ghana, Senegal, Cameroon. Only 4 African teams have played in the quarterfinal of the World Cup.
Don't go too far. See, come on, don't use that as a yardstick. The Asian country that go to the semi-final or this thing, it's because they hosted it. Since then, they've not been able to go.
South Africa hosted. What happened?
Morocco got to the semi-final. So what are we talking about here? I feel there should be some special consideration. Now, the most annoying thing is this, right? Let's even take that away completely. Now, at the end of the day, the country that is going to qualify automatic through the playoff from Africa is going to be one.
Just one. Because
that's the country that is going to the playoff, right?
I think the African.
But CONCACAF that already has, as CONCACAF that already have 3 countries that qualify automatically, have another 3 that have equally making it 6. Now have 2 in the
playoffs.
In the continental playoff.
In the interconfederation,
let me even while we a bit safe. I think the route for Africa is too bad.
It's too bad.
Play the playoffs. How do you play? You qualify for your 4th place, you play a knockout semi-final, final. That's not enough. Then you have to pray if you have a good ranking, the top 2 teams, before you then go to semi-final. If not, to start playing again.
Yeah, if you're not ranked higher than
the top 2 ranking, you start playing again, then before the semi-final, then the final for just 1 World Cup. Habba. And you have only 9 slots. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I share any sentiment. But anybody like
Africa deserves more.
With the number of people we have in FIFA, I don't think we made our voice enough.
3. We're the country with the highest, with second highest number of
I'm not saying this. Let me not come from me. I'm saying because the Super Eagles. I know if they make it 10, 15. I don't think Spanish may not still make it.
That's differently.
But the truth is this.
Differently.
I think Africa deserves more.
We deserve more.
I'm so sad that people with the voice we've got, the head of competition is in Nigeria. Samson Adamu. Is the son of Amos Adamu. A lot of them who are there in CAF and FIFA should be the one voice now.
What I'm asking for is just one extra slot.
Give Africa 10.
Give Africa 10.
10 automatic.
If South America have 6, a continent of just 10 FIFA membership. The FIFA membership of that continent is just 10. If they have 6, which is 60%, you understand? 60% given to them. We're talking about Africa with 50-something countries. We're talking about
should have more.
20%.
You should have more.
20%. You can't take away the impact of Africa in
this
football
message
generally.
will go directly to FIFA president Gianni Infantino.
And he
will take it
he keeps trying to say he's a friend of African football.
He's a friend of African football. He would have given people 7.
I said you should have given us.
Gave us 5 extra.
No.
Plus 1 play, 4 extra plus 1 playoff.
It should be 10 automatic. Then 1 playoff probably.
No, I think I also agree, even though I'm being sarcastic a bit. We also need to prove it at the World Cup. Morocco did the needful at the last World Cup, taking it a step higher. It will be interesting to see Morocco and any other side get to the semi-final of the World Cup. It means there's a statement from the confederation that we are not just going to the World Cup to fill up the numbers. We're actually now going to the World Cup, to compete, and that should be the joy. And it's been building. In the 2018 tournament, I think it was Algeria. Algeria did push Germany at some point. Senegal also did their part. And then 4 years later, it was Morocco who did the needful against all odds. Beat Spain, beat Portugal, if I'm not mistaken, on penalties and all of that. So it just tells you that we also need to do better. But guys, let's leave it. Let's come to the playoff rankings. That's where every Nigerian that thinks there is hope. I want to also believe there's hope, but even though I know there's no hope.
There's no hope.
But let's give them hope.
How?
The Super Eagles are currently ranked 8 with 11 points.
Is it 8?
Yes, 8. Yes, we're currently ranked 8 with 11 points. After
how many games?
8 games.
Is it 8? Are you sure it's 8?
8 games. 2 more games.
Super Eagles?
Yes.
8 games. 2 more games to go.
Okay.
So
surprise.
The playoff position.
I thought
it's the top 4.
I thought we were not part of the first.
No, we are. When
we 11 point.
We're not. Because
we are not.
No, we are not.
We are not.
Benin climbed us. This was before we played. Benin climbed us. So we are outside of it.
We are outside the top 9.
Right. Because Benin Republic did win their match and move ahead of Nigeria. So we are not in the top 9.
We are not in the top 9 completely.
Guys,
how do you expect
the likes of Gabon, Madagascar, DR Congo, Burkina Faso,
Cameroon.
No, and these are teams. Cameroon is also there. These are teams fighting for this position.
No, Cameroon is only fighting. They have 15 points. I think
for some of them, a win in their next game, they're home and dry.
Yeah.
Now for DR Congo, the World Cup would have been good for them if they had not lost that game against Senegal.
Yes.
Because a win against Senegal would have opened up a 4-point gap ahead of Senegal going to the last 2 games.
In this conversation,
the
fact they lost to Cape Verde as well by a goal to nil.
And Cape Verde are edging towards qualification.
First time ever in their history.
Ghana is also edging towards qualification to the World Cup after winning their games. To be honest, we had a fair group.
No, we have a very fair group.
We had a very
Lesotho,
Chale.
Zimbabwe,
Ghana.
Rwanda, what do you call it? Benin Republic.
It's very
the
poor
only
group.
team in our group that was supposed to
South Africa.
South Africa.
I
And
don't-
we know
guys. Just oppose this to Ghana Ross World Cup qualification.
You would have qualified with
We
two
had
games to spare.
Cameroon, Algeria, Zambia
See, each
in
time
the same group.
Each time I talk about this
And
thing,
he
right? Each time I
qualified
talk
the
about this,
game
I
to
feel
spare.
justified. I remember talking about this as far back as 2020. I said, since I became so conscious of Nigerian football, forget about the days of Clement Westava. I was a bit younger when Clement Westava was that dominant. And this, I've not seen a coach. Keshi, it was Keshi that want us the
2013
AFCON,
AFCON.
wasn't as dominant as Kenneth Rowe was. I understand that he has shambolic. Each time he goes for a tournament, it used to be
Shambolic.
shambolic.
But
Right?
qualification-
But qualification used to be seamless.
I think it's
Now,
spoiled us.
when I saw this
Got
group from the
spoiled.
beginning, when I saw this
Yeah.
this thing from the beginning, right, I knew it's going to be straight up. I thought myself it's going to be straight up qualification. But suddenly I realized that, look, we don't have Kenneth Rowe there. Because if Kenneth Rowe is there, look at Kenneth
game
Rowe.
to spite.
Kenneth Rowe with Benin probably has,
It's so-
I think, 4 wins.
Yes. I think he has is it 14 points?
They don't play at home. They play away from
He
home.
play in Cote d'Ivoire.
They play in Cote d'Ivoire, and they've been able to garner 14 points. Then we're here. Now, coming back to this, right? Out of even this, it means only 4 are qualifying. Now, the thing is, do you know why I said, look, we are not going? Because for us to qualify, we're expecting these guys to lose their
Lose their
next
next
2
two
games.
That's the thing.
Anything less than losing, even a draw.
People are looking at people are looking
So
at
it's not.
people are even
We're
going
out
too
of it
far.
completely.
Uncanny Sam, you're
Now,
going too far.
DR Congo. Now let me put
Please,
it out.
go ahead.
DR Congo is on 16 points.
Yes.
Now Benin
Gabon
is
is
on
on
14.
14.
Now Cameroon is on 15.
Yeah.
Of course, Tanzania cannot make it. It will be difficult. They're on 10 points. Gabon is where I'm going to. Gabon are on 19 points. So
Nigeria
as it
cannot catch
stands,
up.
we can't catch Gabon.
No, we can't catch Gabon.
Gabon
Even
needs
if we win 12 match.
even a point.
if we win
A
12
point is
matches.
enough for Gabon.
If you
to
want to
go
go
to
win
the
every
playoff.
point,
They could still qualify.
They still qualify.
Because they are just 1 point separate Gabon. The only reason why Cote d'Ivoire have not gone to the World Cup automatically is because of Gabon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the 20 points they have can't be good enough. Now, the Cote d'Ivoire has played 8 games. They've won 6 and drawn 2 and have not considered a single goal
Yes.
at this World Cup qualifiers.
Same with
Morocco.
No, same with England
So
too.
England, leave England problem. Let's
So,
focus on
and
Africa.
this is a side that has scored 15
Africa.
goals.
See.
Now, what is also working against Nigeria is the fact that
We're
let's
not scoring.
assume
We're not even
all
scoring.
of these things work in our favor.
We're not
We're
scoring. We're not
Goal
scoring.
difference bad.
We're not
Goal
scoring.
difference. We had
In 2 games, you scored 2 goals.
See, no, we need to be realistic with our fans out there, right? With all those that are going to be watching us out there, right? We are not qualifying. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's stop sugarcoating anything. Because for you to think that these guys are ahead of, now we're not among the top 9 ranked. That's in the playoff. They call it Group J, right? I think can't call it Group J. We're not among the, for now, as of today, we're not among the top 9 ranked team.
Let me
Now, the maximum we're going to get for in the next 2 games
It's
is just
17
6 points, making
which
it
is
17. Now, you have guys
Gabon
in
already on
16.
19.
We have guys in 19.
You
We have guys in 15. You
Group
understand?
G. Now, let me wow you. In Group G, both Algeria and Mozambique, who are second and third respectively, have 15 points. So it means that even in that place, there's a fight between the two of
To
them
finish second.
to
Let
finish
me
second.
even wow you a little bit. See, you people even looking at the fact to even finish. Okay, let's agree Nigeria mind the way stumble and fall. Can Nigeria get out of the playoffs? Don't talk of go to the
That's
international
not
playoff.
entirely. See, it's one thing to clinch. It's one thing
Can
to
we
even
beat
clinch
Gabon?
that ticket.
Can you beat Cameroon?
No, let's forget.
Can you beat Algeria?
Look, let's assume you even beat them. You're going for interconfederation.
International
And-
again.
Interconfederation.
No, win those ones.
Interconfederation.
Eh?
We win it.
Bolivia.
Bolivia.
See, the Super Eagles play to the strength of their opponent. If we get to the interconference, I'm saying with confidence. If we mistakenly, it's not intentionally, we mistakenly get there. If we mistakenly get there, we'll win them there.
it means
That
we're
I
playing-
can assure.
For us to qualify, we're playing extra 4 or 5 matches.
Exactly.
They deserve it with all
We're not. See, now what is guaranteed that we're like we
Guys
say,
will qualify, sir.
these guys must lose their games straight,
Great.
not just
Even if
losing.
we qualify,
Lose with
I want
good
to agree.
number
See,
of
even if we
goals.
qualify, I cannot beat my chance. This team will go through. That's the painful part. Because watching them play is
See,
excruciating.
let's even talk about qualification first.
It's tormenting.
Let's even talk about
It's worse
qualification.
than do you know it's worse than even doing hard labor. What's why is hard watching them is hard labor.
See,
I want to win.
No,
Come
so-
on, man.
no, so-
when the Charlie goes better than
no,
them.
so let's
That's
face-
what they say. Fella, they flock together. They
let's
flock
talk about
together.
qualification first. Let's
Yeah.
be realistic. We can't qualify.
We can't
qualify.
qualify. We can't.
We can't qualify.
It's a no-no. It's a no-no.
Well,
Win or lose, even if we're winning with 10
if we
goals
win
in each game.
6-0, 6-0,
still
Nigeria
can't
will
qualify.
play in the World Cup with the boys here in Area 3 Stadium. That's the best they can get. No need. Let's start focusing on 2030. We have 5 years to build. No mistakes.
But also, but I've got a feel for you. No title for Arsenal. No World Cup for Nigeria back to back.
No
How-
charming. No
How do you feel? How do you feel as a Nigerian supporting
I feel
Arsenal?
like a Nigerian. That's the
Wow.
answer.
And it equally goes to Manchester United fans. How do you feel as a Nigerian supporting Manchester United? No trophy, no good football. It's sad.
No.
International break, you suffer. After international break,
you still suffer again.
No.
Hey, the fans.
Now,
you feel?
Do you know what has been going through my head? Who is we blame?
The NFF.
See,
Is it the NFF?
I think so. I think
we blame?
no.
Who is responsible for this?
Okay, Sam. Now, let me
First
put
of
it
all,
this way.
No, I'm coming. Do we actually, with all sincerity,
Have a good players.
do we have the talent?
We don't.
See,
I said before. I don't
let me
abuse.
say this.
You don't bring it up.
See,
Our players are average players.
The way I blame the NFF,
Average
the way I
players.
blame the NFF is on the coach's appointment.
Yes.
That's the only blame they have for me.
But the quality of the players.
But if we say,
can this
Then
player
they
don't
took
go
all
in?
the blame.
wait. If we say logistics wise,
They did everything.
they've done everything.
They can
So this team is now flying
Private jets.
chartered flights.
Yes.
You go direct to where you are
Straight
going
no
to.
stoppage.
Now,
Only
I've heard that
they
they are owing some of the players 30 matches
No
bonus.
problem.
See, the truth of the matter is, the moment you have decided to play without
prepare your
complaining,
mind.
you can easily come out to say, I won't play without being paid. They call up another player.
Yes.
So the moment you've decided to play, because it's equally important for these players, whether I would like it or not, it's equally important for them. But for me,
Boost their profile.
the players have it. Without a coach, the Super
cannot
Eagles
beat
should
Rwanda.
beat Lesotho and Zimbabwe
They should.
without a
Come on
coach
away.
at home.
Yes.
Come on away.
If we had won those 2 games,
We'll not be
we would not be where we are here.
Yes.
Because those 2 games would have meant to have 15 points.
Simple.
And then we'll be talking about the chances of us still qualifying.
Absolutely.
Those 15 because
Because they had a draw.
it's a draw.
Okay.
So it meant that we would have still been in the race.
And if they
We've had more draws.
now we'll be praying for fact
So-
to deduct. If I deduct, it doesn't mean anything.
Because it's when people say don't blame the players. Come
I
on.
blame them. They have their share. Fair
They
share.
played. The Super Eagles players played like there was nothing to lose.
Now let me tell you something, Abdul. Like I wrote and I spoke with you some few days ago. Let Nigerians, let me look at my camera. Please accept that the players you have in your Super Eagles are average players.
Fact.
They're not as good as what we think they are. Yes, they play some. They play in leagues in the top leagues.
Flashy
in Europe.
leagues.
Yeah, but are they in the level, in the quality of what you used to have in the Super Eagles? The answer is no. Just opposed to what we used to have, the Okochas, the Olisters, the Rashidi
You're
Akini.
going fast.
You're
Go
going
to
too far.
2013, 2015,
2013. We didn't have the best, but we just find a way to stumble and fall and got the title. 2013. I remember who was in that team. Remember, it was Obiora Wankwo.
No, so
And the
that
rest of
team
them-
had
Regardless,
grit.
they
That
had
team
grit.
had intentionality in them.
The Mikel Obi era was
Was
far better
better.
than what we
By
see.
far.
See,
Now,
I'm going to give you
The
a sample.
post-COVID Super Eagle, the post-COVID Super Eagle.
Obi
It's been a
Mikel,
disaster.
Obi
Has been a
Mikel,
disaster.
Onazi,
Disaster.
Fego
Fegos
Ogude,
Ogude.
Nosai Gabo.
I had a
No,
chance
so
to a few
you see
years
these
ago.
4 players,
beautiful player.
even though they may not be at the level of the infrared,
you
the
remember
Onyeka,
Okocha,
and the rest.
Remember when
These guys were
Amunike and
giving
these
their
guys
all
were
on the field
battling
of
for
play.
that front line. Amunike and what's the name of this
Amunike
guy?
and probably
Brian,
they
then-
and they will not be the best striker, but they give their all on the pitch of play. They let everything, so they drop everything on the pitch of play. I see. Sometimes I wonder how our players.
Manuel Amunike was top scorer to the World Cup.
Yes,
Ojani
Emenike.
Gallo
Ojani Gallo
was
top scorer.
to the World
qualifiers.
Cup. I'm looking at the top scorer at the World Cup, Bangura, the Gabonese striker, on 9 goals. There's Salah, there's an Ayew.
There's
No
no
Nigerian player scored 3 goals at the World Cup.
Going to the World Cup.
No Nigerian goal. I'm talking about World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah, qualifier,
No
yeah.
Nigerian
Yeah.
player.
We need to dust
Now
our-
we have scored 8 goals. That's the same number of goals a Gabonese striker
Has scored.
has scored.
More than that, I think he scored.
He scored 9. Yeah, he scored
So
9.
even though- I think that's the exact number of goals that Salah alone has scored. I think 8. if I'm
Salah
not
has scored
mistaken.
8. So what are we saying?
That's how poor we are. Now,
Jordan, you have scored 8.
now here is it. See, simple truth is this, right? The problem is all encompassing, but the bulk of the problem
Sit.
is with the
Yes.
administrators.
No,
If it's not
broken,
broken, no, listen to me now. Listen to my argument.
It's not broken,
If it's not broken, don't
yeah,
fix it.
that's my take.
It was never broken with the NFL. Why wait?
No, General was
I
a
know
gun.
how many months. I mean, about 4 years.
No,
3
I had
years
gone
ago
to the
now.
AFCON.
3 years ago, I know now, but even at that, beyond him, nobody has done anything more than what he has done. He has got to. I think he has gone to the final too.
No, he didn't get to the final.
Okay, go to the semi-final, right? Yeah.
So Pesero did
Go to the
better
final.
than
Okay,
him.
so let's even fast forward to era of Pesero.
What happened?
And you know, in the course of doing this thing, you are incurring more debt for the. I mean, for the
federation.
For the federation, because each time were they paying them? They were not paying them.
And
They
it's
still
not
owing
their
them.
money, that's their money.
I understand that. So the bulk, like I said, letting go Pesero with the momentum, you got to the final of AFCON. Then the next thing you're telling me is give way and we cannot keep you for whatever reason. A guy that has a momentum that was building a distance already.
him
We
the
might not.
salary
We
he
weren't
wanted.
playing the fanciest of football,
But he was getting
but
the
we
job
were, we were effective and we're winning games.
Yes.
And we finally get to understand that look, it's not about because we actually played most of the fancy football that has taken us nowhere. We now understand what it means to play a tournament. A tournament is not where you played fancy football. In
It's where you win
tournament,
games.
just take your opportunity. Madrid does not play the most fancy football in the Champions League to win the Champions League. Madrid does not do that.
But there's find a way.
Okay, let's even come on, until towards the end of the last Champions League. PSG did not play the most fanciest football. Arsenal played better. Backup play, you understand better in the course of the season, but they did. So when you understand tournament is a maximum 8-9 games. You understand? You go and do this. So a man took you to that final. As at halftime, the trophy was in our kitty. It was after the halftime that somehow we lost the trophy. You're coming back. The first thing you're trying to do is to say, "Look, go." It means distortion. It means momentum has dropped. It means starting all over again.
It means getting a new manager who can get this.
Who do you want to blame? Who do you want to blame?
Like I said,
see, 100%. Because if they had actually let Pesero to remain there and he failed to qualify, I would have said the players messed us up. Fact. But because they didn't allow Pesero for whatever reason, you understand? Mostly for selfish reason.
That's the NFF. It has to be the NFF.
For me, 100%. 100%.
But these players,
they determine.
These players have their own blame.
The man on the dugout, right, is very important.
Very important.
Now, you can't tell me he might not be the best. For me, I was never in support of Pesero.
Yeah.
I felt he was never a decent coach. But the fact that he was able to build up something, the fact that he was already getting there gradually, you understand? I mean, you know what it means to play in the African turf. And he did that successfully.
For Afghanistan, NFF to be blamed 100%.
Of course, he brought out the best of Lukman. The Lukman was celebrating today in Africa is because of Pesero. He brought out the best of Osimhen to some extent. You can't tell me because I mean one of the most we've never
at that level became
Osimhen we're talking about as far as national team football is concerned
from
that last Nations Cup. So why do you jettison such a man? For what reason? And not that he was asking for a higher wages than what you were paying the guy that you sacked before him. Same amount. That's what we heard. So you've tinkered with what has not broken. You've broken what was intact. How do you expect to get the same result? For every distortion, result definitely varies.
NFF, of course, but I think like you said it. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I think the players have to put themselves in shame as well. Like I said, like before this tournament qualifier came, I told you clearly. I said, how will it be that we was writing his biography of how he played football, never talked about playing in the World Cup. It could happen. He's 30. Lukman is 30.
It will be 30.
Rob said it could happen. I'm not saying yes. So let's be realistic. It could happen. So it is what it is. Again, NFF will take the bulk because they had, again, after the last, we missed, was it the one in Qatar? They had 4 years to build a team that could go at this World Cup. They failed again. But again, these players, come on. We can't be playing at this top and at this level. Beware the green, white, green. There's something about this green, white, green. Go ask Gio Kocha. The first time Peter Idai played the national team, he said he wept. We played national team, he was crying. This is a goalkeeper that has played his first cup. He cried. That's what it means to play for Nigeria. Nowadays, you play national team. They're all over the place, touching their hairs. And again, this is what it is.
For me, I think the social life is a social life. Unfortunately, he has nothing to do with the performance on the field.
I'm not saying.
I just feel.
If that's what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about the fact that. About the passion.
But guys, not an answer to what I want to say. Just smile or laugh. With Nigeria's failure to qualify for the World Cup, the president of the Nigerian Football Federation should he be re-elected into office?
I'll smile.
Resounding no.
I'll smile. I'll leave it there.
Well,
resounding
big question,
no,
and that's where it happens. And for Nigeria, the president of the NFF, there's a huge conversation right now. Should he now remain or should he seek for re-election after failing to qualify us for the World Cup? We didn't qualify for the World Cup. Pinnick was booted out. His third-term agenda died. A new man came in and promised us everything. Now Pinnick said Qatar. Nigeria must be there. Same Pinnick went on air and spoke about Nigeria must go to the United States. There are more Nigerians in the United States than any other country in the world. It looks like every time Pinnick speaks about the World Cup, we find a way not to go to the World Cup. Somebody tell that man to stop going to that station to speak about the Super Eagles. Alhaji Ibrahim Gusau, is it time up for him? Or maybe, just maybe, an election for him to take us to the 2030 World Cup. Temple Gist, brought to you by Azar Studios.